to our new series for theBUZZ TV. This is some of my most favorite people. My name is Antoine, I will be your host, and with me behind the camera is Christine Newman, who you would know from being a reporter on our talk show On the Couch. Say hi, Christine.
Hi.
Hi. We're gonna do this a little different. This is gonna be raw. This is gonna be unedited. We're just gonna, if we blunder, we blunder. If a question doesn't work, we're just gonna move on. I'm gonna be chatting with some of my most favorite people. These are people that you might have seen around the community, you might know personally, or I think they are very interesting people that you should get to know. So our first guest for this first episode of the series is Joie Lamar. Joie, would you please join us?
Absolutely.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, Joie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, Christine.
Joie wrote a book last year about her family, her love for New York City, and about finding herself and coming out. And it's been a crazy journey since then.
Since coming out?
Since
Absolutely.
the book. So tell us what happened so far. Well, the book. Let's do a checklist of how did it start, what did you do, the 2 books.
I started with Mambo Lips. And Mambo Lips is about my childhood, the quirks of the Latino household. They put fun in dysfunctionality. And my finding strength in being different. I didn't have a word for it back then, but it was fully embraced until we figured it out.
It's now as a bestseller?
It is now a bestseller on Amazon, and it's heading towards New York Times bestseller, actually.
Nice, yay!
So it's being revamped by the publisher.
Okay.
And the second book has come out.
Okay, which is, let's show this one.
Salsa
This came
Hips.
out 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
The 15th. Yeah.
Okay, there.
15th.
This is Salsa Hips. What's the difference?
This one is much like this show. This one's raw. And a
Very
little
real.
raunchy. I'm an adult in
the
part
story?
2. Yeah,
Okay.
in part 2. So, whereas I used my coming out as a child as my strength to overcome a lot of life's normal occurrences, deaths, siblings, and all the things that happen. Salsa Hips is the complete opposite of that. It's about me being so authentic that I hit the streets running.
Okay. Is there any other plans? Am I supposed to talk about the play or nothing?
Yeah, Mambo Lips is heading towards the theater stage, musical theater stage. So we
Nice.
have some playwrights now working with the subject matter to make that work.
Beautiful. You are an engineer, and a genius one apparently.
Apparently.
What is the genius part? You belong to a genius organization?
Mensa since
Mensa.
1997.
Are you still practicing engineering?
I am, yeah.
You
I'm
are?
still a full-time engineer.
Okay, so this is.
This doesn't pay the bills. It's
That's
not. Funny how
a
that
lovely
works.
hobby, to say the least.
I mean, writing is very cathartic for me. So, and not that I've never written. I wrote as an engineer as well. I just
Okay.
wrote technical documents, but I was still very creative. When you design something, you still have to be creative.
Which leads to my next question.
Yeah.
The journey to author. Why author? Why now in this stage of your life?
I want to say that I needed to be heard. And,
Oh wow, I like that answer.
It's not something I can describe. I've been asked that question before. Why write a novel? I think I just started to write it out to maybe as a form of self-therapy, and it turned into 2 novels. And
You connected with what do you call it? A publisher.
I connected with a publisher, yeah. But I think more importantly than that, I connected with my creativity. And,
Okay.
And it really blossomed. It just took
Beautiful.
off.
You did a good job. I love your
Thank
book.
you.
Let's talk about New York City. I know it's too big of a topic, and you wrote a lot about it in your books.
Yep.
Is there any memory, a fond memory of New York that's not in the books that you can share with us?
Yeah, I think one of the stories that I've told that actually, and I'll try not to cry now, because I'm not a big crier, but I tell a story about my brother and I being in a park in New York back in the early 70s. My brother I'm Latina, so my brother's maybe a shade darker than me, and back then there was a lot of racism, even that far up north, and the cops came to get us out of the park because we were Hispanic, and they crucified my brother up against the fence. And
Wow.
I begged them to release him.
I did say a fond memory. That wasn't a fond memory.
It's a fond memory for actually it is, and I've talked to my brother about this. It's a fond memory
what
for us
sense?
because it's the first time we realized that we have to fight for ourselves as people. We never saw a difference, right?
So now you understood. That
Now we
yeah,
understood that
yeah.
there's
And it's a shame that you actually have to.
yeah.
Because okay, well,
It's getting better. It's getting better.
it
I have
is.
high hopes for this world.
Your dad.
Yes.
He's I've heard a lot about him. He's a big figure, hero in your life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your upbringing, your dad, maybe something, a memory that's also not in the book.
Oh God, my dad was a quirky, funny, very driven man, and he was always positive. Oh,
You call him what?
Aquaman. He
Aquaman.
was my
Why
super-
Aquaman?
He was my superhero, and as I say in Mambo Lips, there was one bout that I had with pneumonia, and they put me in in one of these high gauge plastic tents that they did back then when you had pneumonia, and to keep me from kind of drowning in the fluids in my lungs, he kept telling me to swim, do a backstroke. He was a big swimmer, and so he told me that I was Aqua Girl, and he was a superhero, and I had to live up to the superhero status by putting my arms up and swimming backwards to clear my lungs.
Do you mind if I say that your dad was gorgeous?
Oh, thank you.
I saw a picture of him in this what do you call it?
Wetsuit.
The wetsuit with the knife in
And
his.
it was tight.
Oh
You
my
liked
God.
it, I know.
That was hot. He was a good-looking man. That
Thank
explains how you and your siblings are so
Thank
adorable. You got married in Canada,
I did.
and we love her.
Actually, thank you. I love her too. Actually, I've been married several times, twice in Canada, same woman. Twice in Canada.
Yeah, let's clarify.
Once in the States. We really love marriage. We do.
You just kept repeating it.
Yeah, I recommend it highly. I put it this way: marriage is Netflix. Being single is Blockbuster. You gotta go out. You gotta take the tapes out. You gotta return them when they're not right. Netflix is comfortable. It's at
You just sit in
home.
your home.
Same screen, easy peasy, right?
So, tell us about. I'm not gonna mention her name. Maybe she doesn't want to be public. But what's your relationship? What makes it work? What makes it so special?
Between Natalie and I,
Yeah.
I say her name all the
Okay.
time. Sometimes I scream it.
Sometimes I scream it. Is that what you said?
Yes, I'm sorry. Do we have
Okay,
to cut that?
this is the stuff that we gotta cut out. No, we don't cut out. Okay.
I think what makes our love work is that we care about being individually a good partner
Okay.
rather than having looked for a good partner. I think there's a common mistake young people and people if you're looking for someone to be perfect and you're not perfect, then you're never going to find that person.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Let's talk about our community. You're very involved.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the community. Is that too broad of a question? What would you like to see?
I would like to see the community be less human and less flawed, maybe, but I know that's probably impossible.
Less human?
Yeah, less human.
Okay.
We're just flawed as a species, and so our community is no different from the rest of the
Just
world,
mirrors the
right?
world,
We have
absolutely.
jealousy and competition and cattiness and hate, and those are
And a
all
lot of love.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think we need to get rid of those human flaws.
Yeah, and go with
And
the love and
you know, like
inspiration.
I love my dog. My dog is the perfect example of a species that doesn't have all those human flaws. And I guess maybe if we could all be like puppies, unconditional love, and
Okay.
I think we've got a great community.
Did I tell you I have a tail? No.
Oh,
No, I don't.
I'm not interested in tail.
No. Come on, let's not go there. Okay. Your hopes and dreams, Joey.
Oh God. I guess from a community and world standpoint, I really just want the world to embrace each other and love each other and stop the madness, the hate, and be peaceful, loving people.
And for yourself?
That I get to see that before I die.
Wow. You are a lovely person. You know I love you.
Thank you. I love you.
And thank
too.
you for being inspiring, and thank you for being a great author and giving us another gift for the community.
Thank you.
We're going to say goodbye to this episode of the series, and thank you for joining us on the first episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye, Christine.
Bye, Christine.
Bye.